Hi there, this is Betty the Doodle Groomer Chick, and I wanted to make a video about grooming packages. So you're gonna get a better understanding of what can you ask for at the groomer for your doodle. So first, let's cover one of the easiest things, bath and dry. It can happen in case your doodle's coat is totally tangle and mat free or short. Short around, when I mean short, I mean something like half an inch, max 3/4 of an inch, including the head, ears, and tail. So the thing is, whenever we bathe the dog, we need a clean, tangle and mat-free coat, because in case the doggy has tangles or mats, they're gonna aggravate and they're gonna develop into something crazy. So in case your doodle is tangle and mat-free, the bath and dry is perfectly okay for you. Now, you can get towel drying or you can get blow drying. In case it's summertime, you're gonna be totally good to go with a towel drying. In case it's winter time, I highly recommend to get a blow drying, because that way it's gonna be much easier to avoid getting the cold for your doodle around the haircut time. So whenever you're deciding, keep that in mind. You can get a bath and dry in case the dog is totally tangle and mat free, and you're gonna need to decide whether you want to towel dry or blow dry. Another thing what you can add to it is sort of an add-on, a brush out. In case your doodle only needs a brush out and no bath, no drying, then it's totally okay to ask for only a brush out in case you're running late with the brushing, in case you find tangles which you can't open up, in case you're having a holiday, just like we are having now. Holiday season is coming up and you're running late with the brushing, or you already know that you're not going to have time to do that because you are cooking and you're making arrangements and dealing with the household and the kids and everything else, just like we all do. So you can always ask for a brush out only, and that way you can bathe the doggy at home if you want, you can keep the doggy as is, and you just can make sure that no tangles or no mats are developing under that beautiful coat what your doodle has. So towards adding to the bath and dry, we can add a brush out. Another thing we can think about is a face, feet and fanny trim. Sometimes I combine that with a good brush out as well. Sometimes it's only just a face, feet and fanny trim whenever the doggy needs only that one. So what does that cover? The face, feet and fanny trim covers a quick trim around the eye area, the corner of the eyes and the bangs, so your doodle can see. In case you want a little bit more trimming around the head, you need to make sure that your dog is clean and just got a bath and got dried no earlier than the day before the haircut, because the haircut shears which we use on the head, they are super sensitive and they run like $300 a pair, and we're gonna use like 3-4 types of shears to make the head look nice and shaggy yet even. So we need to make sure that those shears are going to be taken care of. So a clean coat is necessary. Now, if you want to avoid a fees to get your doodle bathed at the groomer, you can do this at home. Again, whenever the doggy doesn't have any tangles and mats, because that needs time to get removed, because those sensitive shears are not going to be able to deal with tangles and mats either. So you need to make sure, or your groomer needs to make sure, that the coat is totally prepared and tangle and mat free. So in the face, feet, fanny, the next step is feet. We trim, at least let me talk in my person. So I trim, whenever I'm doing a face, feet and fanny, I trim the paw hair, the surface. I search for paw pad boomerangs in between the paw pad and the toe pads. There is matted hair in between, oftentimes, in case the hair gets longer. Sorry, my doggy is just chewing on himself right now. I bet you can hear him. And I'm searching for toe mohawks as well between the toes, and it kind of matted hair sticking out whenever I'm taking a peek between two toes. I'm gonna trim that out as well. And in case it's necessary and the hair is looking funny and weird around the feet, then I also trim the hair in front of the eyes. Hi Mia. Hi, sorry, we have quite a lot of doggies here today. My doggy, you can hear, and Miss Mia here, who you can see. Oh, good, good, good. So what can we do? What can we do about, yes, so about the feet, we do the feet. I know. I do the feet and then the privates. I trim the private area on on doodles whenever they come for face, feet and fanny, because that's gonna give them and their moms and dads a much easier time while dealing with the privates and cleanups after pee and poop. So those, and another thing I have in the face, feet and fanny package, ears. I trim the hair around the opening of the ears, like this bunch here, and I take a look how much hair the doggy has in the ear, and in case it's quite a lot, then I trim that as well to make sure, or remove it. I have a special gentle method, so you can check out the video about that. And it's nothing, it's very comfortable. It's not like torture or anything, which most moms and dads and other groomers are thinking about. So it's very, very comfy, and you can take a look at that video. So that's another thing I add to the face, feet and fanny trim. Another thing which I offer is the full haircut, and that can be done, again, I'm making it in two ways. Like, I can do a dry cut when you, mom and dad, is doing the bath and drying at home, again on a super tangle and mat free dog. I can do this on doggies only who have zero mats and tangles, or who want a super short shave, which I can do on a matted dog as well. But in those cases, I don't ask the moms and dads to do the bath, because it's just gonna be misery for everyone, and the coat cannot be cleaned that much. So again, it's a little bit more details here that you heard, but we can do a dry cut, and we can do haircut when we bathe the dog and dry the dog and give a haircut to him or her. So that's another option. From the cheapest to the most expensive is a brush out, is pretty much the fastest one, in case it's nothing crazy. And the face, feet and fanny, both are something like 15-30 minutes, depending on how much hair the doodle has, and how cooperative the dog is, and how much is he or she used to the whole thing. So I would say those two are the cheapest, the most affordable parts. If you combine them to brush out and bath and dry, that can be somewhere around the mid-range, especially if you are choosing blow drying. That takes a little bit longer. I would say on a medium-sized dog, a bath and blow drying, for example, would take somewhere around an hour, depending on the hair length again. And in case we combine that with a face, feet and fanny trim, again, face, feet, fanny, bath, brush out, bath and blow dry, that would be, depending again on the hair length, something like 1.5 hours, something like that. And the full haircut for, I'm talking about a medium-sized doodle, would be, in case the doodle would be bathed and blow dried here, that would take somewhere around 2 hours, 15 minutes to 30, depending on the size and how much tangles and mats the doodle has. Again, the hair length, the hair amount, and the end result hairstyle you're looking for will be significant in determining how long the trim takes, the haircut, the grooming, with all the steps. And it's gonna also help you it's gonna also help you to understand how we put together the total, what is included in all that. So Mia, meanwhile, she's laying right by me. She brought her ball. Yes, you got the ball. This one. Go. And let me think what else. I also do nails only. Now, nails only, I mean nail trimming and nail filing. I'm not doing nail trimming only, because whenever we cut the nails, then they're gonna be very sharp. And in case we leave them like that, they're gonna be pretty much a hazard to scratches, and especially on the front feet, on their doggy's eyes. In case anything gets in their eyes, they can use their paws, and whenever they use a sharp nail around that area, they can scratch the cornea, and it's not fun for anyone. Let alone the scratches on your legs. So the things we can do is choose from any of those and come up with new plans for your doodle. So in case your doodle needs only a sanitary trim, you can only ask for that, and that would be something like 10 minutes maybe, or even less. So it really depends. Most of the time, if you want me to give you a general idea how these things are going, hold on, Mia was sniffing my remote. And oh, I know. So a general idea, I would say most of the doodles need a face, feet and fanny trim in about 4 or 6 weeks, depending on how fast their hair grows in front of the eyes. Now that can be done at home by you. You can totally learn this. It's not brain surgery. And you can do that yourself. And you don't have to worry about going to the groomer for the face, feet and fanny thing. Or you can learn everything but the nails, or you can learn the nails as well. I'm gonna have tutorial videos to all of those, so you can learn to do it yourself. And face, feet and fanny every 4 or 6 weeks. And if depending on how much time you wanna spend with brushing at home, I would say a haircut would be ideal in about 8-10 weeks, 12 weeks, again depending on how much time you want to spend with brushing, and how much hair your doodle has, how long do you want to keep the coat, things like that. So in case you want to, for example, winter is coming, and and the thing you can do is Mia is gonna be here for a bath, blow drying, face, feet and fanny, and that's it. And the playtime with my pup. But she's not gonna get a full body haircut. We're gonna keep the coat nice and long to grow out for the winter, and she's gonna get a brush out on the longer areas like the ears and things, and she's gonna be done definitely within 2 hours. I would say 1 hour and 45 minutes max, depending on how fast her coat grows. It's always hard to say how long the hair is and how fast the coat will dry. So that would be another thing to consider. For example, for winter time, like you can always ask for a face, feet and fanny bath and blow dry in case you don't want to deal with all the mess which comes with the bath at home and the blow drying. So that's another option, like keeping the hair nice and long and brushed out so you can get a fresh start. I find it helps huge to moms, little moms and dads, in case they get a fresh start, in case they get lost around brushing the legs, the armpits, the inner thighs. Getting that good brush out or center trim is a lifesaver for everyone, because doggies can be miserable when we're brushing on areas which are tightly tangled, especially around the privates and or inner thighs, and then there's no way we could open that up. So sanitary trim there or face, feet and fanny will solve all that and will give you a cooperating doggy back. So I think that would be it about grooming packages which I offer and wanted to share. If you have any questions, please leave a direct message to me or comment below, and I'm gonna be happy to get back to you with my thoughts and the answers I'm thinking about, so you can choose the best option for you and your doodle. If you like this video, I would appreciate if you hit the like button and also the subscribe button if you want to hear more from me and more awesome things about dog grooming and behavior modification and anything really. I would love to hear your questions and tailor the content of the videos to your needs. So keep me posted. Value ups to your doodle. See you in the next video.